Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Arnold, and tonight I'm going to be giving an update for the September energy. And before we begin, I just want to mention that our next live group channeling event is September 16th. That's a Saturday at 2 p.m. AST, and it's via Zoom. So if you'd like to join us, it's all about anxiety and fears. So if you want to get your power back and stop having fear run your life, then this session is for you. There'll be time for questions. I'll get to as many as I can, and I'll channel Saint Germain as he brings through light codes and frequencies, light code frequencies, to transmute fears back to love and dark back to light. So hope to see you there. I will put the details in the description below. So at the beginning of September, I had done a channeling with Ascended Master Saint Germain, and he said that new frequencies were going to be coming onto the planet, and that these frequencies were going to be a little different. So I've just been asking him how they were different and observing what I've been feeling, and I'd like to share that with you. And also, if you have had some experiences, then put it in the description below of what you're experiencing with these September energies. So the first 2 days of September, I felt like a lot of downloads. There was a lot of ringing in the ears, and I felt a lot of frequencies of new energies in my auric field. So the general energy and like disposition that I felt that day was just very peaceful, happy, joy, a calmness. There was a calmness in the air. So after about 2 days, so that was the first and second, and then on September 3rd and 4th, I had a lot of shatters. So it was like as soon as the new energies came in and they started to integrate, then it just pushed out the old. So whatever you have had come to the surface after the first few days of September, then you can observe that and see, oh, okay, this is what I haven't yet transmuted within my blueprint or within my like past lifetimes or this lifetime that is like wanting to get to the surface, wanting my attention, and wanting to be loved. So as I created it, then I observed it and I allowed it to come to the surface. And there was a lot of shame and guilt. I'm just going back right now. I'm checking in my chakras. I'm feeling where I transmuted. And there's a lot of the shame and guilt. Embarrassment and humiliation was one of the biggest ones. So if you found any of those came to the surface, or other emotions like maybe some hate or anger, then just know that it was just going to that deeper level so that you could receive these new frequencies being brought onto the planet. And so then after 2 days, the energy started to shift again. So I started to feel really joyful and happy. So I was channeling Saint Germain. I was asking him, like, what is different? Because these energies feel really different for the month of September compared to the other months when we're integrating after the full moon. He said that these frequencies enable us to change our blueprint in this now moment. So I was like, oh, that's awesome. So the universe brought onto the planet these new frequencies so that we're all able to change our own blueprint. So I asked him how would one do this? And what he showed me was, it's almost like if you look in front of you, in the air, in space, you can look in your third eye, or you can just look up in front of you. And what he's showing me, it's like all these geometric forms. So it's like almost like a hologram, and there's like lines, and they kind of glow and they connect and they create all these different shapes, and it's very detailed, like quite detailed, and there's like points like that connect these lines, and so some are shapes and some are intersections, and it's just, and it goes very deep. Like if I see it as it's like third dimensional, but it's like you can see the depth of it, and it just continues and continues. Like there's like no end to it. It's like infinite. And so as I'm looking at it and I can see what he's showing me, so I'm looking in my third eye, he's saying just put the intention of what you would like to change in your blueprint. What would you like to create in this reality. You have access to this because of how much expansion that you've all been doing on planet Earth as a collective. Everyone is going in and doing the work, the transmuting all those old frequencies back to love within themselves, which expands your consciousness. And you get to a point where it's expanded so much that you're connected to all that is, and you begin to feel everything in your reality, like you're connected to everything. Everything's one energy. So he's saying that we have the power to change our blueprint now. Some of us needed to reach a certain point before we could receive these frequencies. So as we are visualizing this, for those of you who can't visualize, you can still do this. I'm going to give a few examples of what he showed me on how to change things in your blueprint. Before you do it, decide what you would like in your blueprint. So for me, it's like better health, like more abundance. Like, so just pick, like, is it love you want more of, or joy or happiness? So just put in what you like, maybe write it down, like what you would like to change in your blueprint. Now you can do the visualization like I was just talking about with Saint Germain. Just call him in and ask to see your blueprint, and it's kind of like like in your third eye. So you're gonna see it as this hologram, and then you just place the words into the blueprint, and then the universe will change it into the geometric forms or galactic light codes. Like, I see a lot of different looking messages, but it's almost like light code messages. So you might see something different. You might see like crystals, or I'm also seeing like different shapes for different people. So it just depends on what you have already put into your blueprint, what your blueprint's going to look like to you. So use your imagination. The way that you channel the universe is you start the visualization and the universe joins you. So your thoughts are energy. So as you're visualizing this blueprint, the universe will start to show you more. It'll start to unfold more of your story, and just observe it and put the intention. See the words in your third eye just floating into your blueprint, and you're embedding those into your blueprint. Now, for those who don't visualize, he's also showing me the palm. So there's palm readings. There's a lot of people that might be watching this channel that believe in palm readings and how the palm is a blueprint to your life, and you go for a palm reading and they would tell you your future. So you're going to embed into your palm, and this one's good for those who can't visualize because you can draw it, you can write it on your hand. You know, if you have a marker that is safe for the skin, so you don't want ink poisoning. But if you don't have a pen that is safe for the skin, you can always write it on a piece of paper and just tape it to your palm before you go to sleep at night, and just say, I'm going to put this intention into my blueprint. So my blueprint's going to change. The lines on my hand that give me my palm reading are going to change. So there is one money line or abundance line that it's like shaped like an M, and that in palm reading is considered like you're going to be successful and wealthy and happy. So you could draw that M, and you're just showing the spirit guides what you wish to have put in your blueprint. You're showing the universe what you wish to have in your blueprint, and you're showing your higher self and your physical body's consciousness, your mental body, your emotion body, your spiritual body, all the bodies. But I would connect with, like what he's showing me is connect with your spiritual body's consciousness. So you're connecting to your higher self, and you're telling your higher self, commanding, okay, this is what I would like to create in our reality, and your higher self will do everything in its power to bring that forward to you. So start putting it in your palm or in your blueprint. You can write it on a piece of paper, the words, like in very detail, like I would like better health, but what kind of better, the things do you want in your health? Like, so write it down specifically. You know, you want more love. Is it like Do you want like a new life partner, or would you like a new friendship? Like write down what you want specific, because the more specific you ask the questions to the universe, the more detailed the answer. So when you're manifesting or visualizing, the more detailed the visualization, then the more frequencies that the universe can match that with. So you're going to put it right in your blueprint in your palm. You can talk to your palm. You can connect to the consciousness of your palm and say, we're going to be changing the lines on our hand to reflect our new blueprint. And like, just, I'm adding some things here as I'm going. Saint Germain's bringing me in more information. He's saying, don't stop the visualization. Like whatever comes in your visualization, add it to it. Not just what Tara says, not just what I'm seeing, like add your own thing. So you could look up like what lines on the hand would be specific for good health, or be specific for wealth, or a successful career, or whatever it is that you're seeking, true love, or whatever it is that you're looking for, a soulmate, and put those lines in. There's also other charts that you can draw up, and I'll put one here on the screen, and you can move timelines. So everything's now stacked moments. So you're going to start with the now moment, and then everything that's already happened, like your past lifetimes, are happening now. So there's not really any past lifetimes because they're happening now. So everything's like now lifetimes. So you're going to start stacking these timelines, and then visualize pulling that timeline down into this now moment and putting into that timeline what it is that you desire. So the timeline right now is 2023, and by the timeline of 2024 is right above you. You're gonna pull down 2024. So you just visualize pulling it down, and then you're gonna embed into the now moment what you would like in that 2024 visualization, and then it's going to pop back up, and when you get to 2024 it's already there. Or you can visualize this now moment and the timeline, so 2024, 25, 26, 27, like you can visualize each timeline changing. So you can say, okay, in 2024 you can write your goals, like of what you'll have in those next years. So in this now moment, write exactly what you desire in this now moment. So you would, if it's a soulmate or a life partner, so you'd write, I would like to fall in love, meet my life partner. And then you're going to write that in every timeline after that next to it. So it's like not only this now moment, but every now moment. Like you're just embedding it into the now moments. So that's another way that you can do it, just draw it out. And also there's a polarity for everything. So it's all on the same scale. So if you have hate here and love here, it's on the same scale. It's just the vibration is either at one end or the other, or in the middle. So if you draw out a scale, and again, I'll show it on the screen. If you draw out a scale and of what you desire, so maybe poor health and good health, or being alone or loneliness, or having complete happiness within yourself, or being single or falling in love and having a life partner, or having poverty or wealth. So you can put the polarities, but it's all on the same line, because it's everything in the polarity is the opposite, but it's on the same scale. I keep saying the same line, but it's the same scale. It's just, where are you moving your scale to? So move the scale up to what you desire. So if you have a lot of poverty right now, you're going to move the scale up to the highest vibration of wealth. and then just visualize putting that into your blueprint in whichever way. If you want to visualize it in your third eye, out in space, out in the galaxy, and you just are placing it there, or if you want to put that into your blueprint on your palm, you can talk it, speak it, you can talk to your palm, you can, how else could you do it if you're not a visual person? Just speaking it out loud, he's saying. So Saint Germain's saying, like, the more that you're affirming what's in your timeline or what's in your blueprint, then the subconscious hears that and it starts to believe it's true and it's a reality. And then when it's true and it's a reality, then you attract that vibration to you. So the more you say it, so the first time you say something, the subconscious is kind of like, huh? What was that? And then the second time you say it, the subconscious hears it. And then the third time you say it, the subconscious remembers it. So it's like, okay, I am wealthy now. I am in perfect health now. And I know this is not new for all of you. I know that you know how to manifest and say positive affirmations, but this is going a little bit deeper because of the new frequencies being brought onto the planet. So when we said them before, we didn't have these frequencies that we're integrating right now for those of us who are expanded. So if one is in the reality that hasn't started their spiritual awakening, and that's maybe some of your family or friends around you, you might notice that these energies for September were a little bit rougher on them because their physical body and their ego was not happy with these frequencies. So they might have created a lot of chaos. So you might have seen that the first few days in September, that things were going a little bit chaotic for some people. Maybe it's just because they weren't ready to receive those frequencies. So just know that the more that we expand our consciousness as we're going through our reality, those who decided not to expand their consciousness yet, those who have decided not to awaken yet, they will feel the deeper polarity of that. So the more light that's brought onto the planet, the polarity of that will feel that in darkness. So the light workers are the first wave light workers, second wave light workers, and third wave light workers. It's like the first wave is, more expanded, and then the second wave and third wave triggered us so that we could see a reflection of what we haven't transmuted within ourselves. So thank you, second and third wave. And then second wave started to awaken, and now third wave's triggering second wave. And so it's there is still this third wave that has decided not to awaken, but their job is just as important because they're triggering everyone that is awakening to see that what they haven't transmuted within themselves. So if somebody's triggering you, remember to say thank you for that gift, and go in and see, okay, why am I creating this? Why is this person attacking me? Why are they showing up and disrespecting me in front of everyone, and I'm being humiliated? Like, these are gifts to show you where you haven't yet transmuted it within yourself. And once you transmute it within yourself, you can receive these frequencies of deliciousness that are coming onto the planet with ease. And as you receive them and begin to change things in your own blueprint, those that are at the opposite end, that have decided not to awaken, their shatters might be a little bit worse or more uncomfortable for them. So as we expand, then the polarity happens for those who aren't expanding, who have decided not to. So remember not to see them as victims, not to see them as suffering, but send them love from your heart, and compassion for their role in this awakening. We could not awaken without the ones that are triggering us. So anyone who is deep in third dimension is doing a good job as well. So it's just something to remember so that we don't judge. So it's no judging anybody's role. We're all here playing. It's all a video game or a play that we're here to navigate. And when you go to visualize your blueprint, Saint Germain is saying to put your hands in this shape. So it is a triangle or the Trinity, the yin, the yang, the consciousness. Each side represents an equal balance. And so this will put you in completely into the now moment, connected to the consciousness of all. So you could sit like this in your meditation or in your visualization for a few minutes before you start, and then get centered, get in the now moment before you put something in your blueprint. You want to make sure you're in that now moment to put something in your blueprint. So have fun with this, happy creating, and enjoy the new frequencies for the month of September. Have a great night.